Hi, everyone. I wanted to just quickly go live so I can get back on track with my channel. So I've been gone for a while because there were several things that happened. Primarily was technology, which I'm still dealing with, by the way. And I also had some other things going on. So hopefully this will be recorded and I will post it, even though if I get anyone on the live or not, because that was not my goal. My goal was to actually post so that I can get my video started and get my technology set up. I'm trying to find which way I'm supposed to look here. I never used this particular phone to videotape. That was part of the problem. And also, I'm committing a cardinal rule with I don't know what I call her, my image consultant, I guess, because I'm like a natural person. Not that I don't care about my appearance, but I have locks and that's always a work in progress. I don't wear a lot of makeup, and if I do, I'm taking photos she told me not to be on video without making my face up and put on this and that, but that's not my thing. Like I will do that at some point in the future. But right now, my goal really was to get back on and find my footing with my channel because now it is March and I have a goal of this year, no later than um, I'll say late spring, early summer, and getting a van and moving out of my apartment so that I can move forward. So I've been kind of sitting still. I live in Wisconsin and particularly Milwaukee. The weather has been horrendous. It has been very depressing for me. I don't like cold weather, and we actually was spoiled up until December. Everything was good, actually mid-January. After mid-January up until even now, our weather has been horrible. It's been cloudy, cold, super cold, polar vortices, winter vortex, snowy, just things that I wanted to get away from a long time ago. So I've been sitting here kind of pondering, about things back and forth. And I really apologize that the way I'm staring because I am not sure which way my camera lens is. So I'm kind of looking not at you. I apologize for that. I wish I could like turn and see where I'm supposed to look because technically my camera told me to put my face in a certain direction. So, and if I don't look at that, then I don't know what I'm looking like. I don't know the expressions on my face, which I like the expressions on my face when I'm talking. Anyway, let me get back to the point. So I have been sort of procrastinating about how I'm going to do my channel, what I'm going to videotape. I said before, or maybe not, that my phone was stolen last year, and before that, my computer had crashed. So I was like going through this weird sort of technology vacuum that I couldn't get myself together. And it wasn't depressing, it was just frustrating. I'm still sort of working through that. And I haven't videotaped anything. I did do a couple of videos on Facebook. I uploaded the one of them. I've done Facebook Lives, but I haven't done anything on YouTube. But now is the time. I've been kind of procrastinating, which is the title of my live right now about procrastination and us always waiting for the perfect time to actually do something. And I am a quite a bit, especially when things aren't going the way I want them to go, or if they're perfect, or anything like that. So I've been sitting here watching other people's YouTube videos about van life and how, I have a goal for why I'm doing van life. And um, my number one reason is the environment and waste and how we waste. And I live like I had a three I may this may be stuff you've heard before, but I had a 6 room. Anyway, I had a large apartment before. Then I moved into a studio, which I'm in now. And in my studio, I barely use the space in my studio. And I'm not always standing in my studio. If I'm out doing stuff, and that you don't really stay in one spot for either. So my whole goal around this moving into the van thing. I mean, I have many, many reasons. Believe me, I could show you a whole checklist of why, but one of them is the one that I'm going to start booting my videos has to do with sustainability and things like that. So I have promised myself, and I don't know if I've lived up to it yet. Okay, so you have to forgive me, but the things I want to do is reduce my dependency on plastic and plastic bags. Because when I go out into the community and do like community cleanups, plastic bottles and plastic bags are the things that I find the most. And I also did some research on plastic and what they've been finding in the ocean and in the water and in the bodies of marine animals and all of those things. Probably birds, I don't know, but marine animals, things we eat, the fish, all of those things, bad plastic, all in their gut, all in their stomach. So I had promised to myself that I was going to reduce my plastic dependency, which means I'm going to do other videos on this topic, but that means that I need to remember to put my grocery bags fabric in my car. The other thing that I was interested in is in our state, we still could use plastic bags in the stores. I think they've banned them in California and Illinois or maybe Chicago. I'm not sure, but I know that there's some plastic bag ban use in certain communities. So for me to get on top of my game in case it happens here, or if I introduce it, then I'll be ready. I have to tell you though, my um, where I live, I am I don't know what the word is, but I speak my mind about certain things, and I've already got myself into a situation where I'm trying to change some legislation in my community around a certain issue that I think is prejudice against communities of color, Black people, and people who are lower income primarily. So I'm gonna hold off on the banning the bag thing for now, but in the meantime, I am going to practice what I preach. So, what I'm going to be doing in the next few topics on my video is trying to figure out my plastic bag reduction. One is what I always did was when you go to those stores and they say paper or plastic. Okay, unfortunately, I say plastic because they're easier to carry. But the other thing is they put like one thing in a plastic bag and then one thing in another plastic bag. So I'd be like, no, just give me one bag and put as much as you can in there. So my goal, and I'm putting it out myself on blast, is to remember to put my grocery bags, which are fabric or reusable, into my car. So when I go out, I always have my bags with me. And when I finish unloading my bags, I will put them by the door so I can remember to put them in my car at all times or just have extra ones in my car. So that's one thing I'm going to be focusing on. The other thing I'm going to focus on is my use of water. So when I brush my teeth, I notice that I leave the water running. If I'm conscious of it, I'll turn the water off and I'll use a cup or whatever, but I'm still terrible at conserving water. When I'm washing out a dish or something, I want to be able to measure how much water I'm actually using. So earlier today, I made some ramen noodles. And of course, you use water to make the noodles. And then when I got done with cooking the noodles, it's not such a dirty pot, but I went and rinsed it to clean it. And I noticed that I used a lot of water to clean the pot. So I want to find ways to reduce that for that type of eating. The other thing I'm looking to do is figure out how to eat or buy food that I can consume that I don't need a lot of either water or dishes or cooking, that kind of thing. These are all experiments for the time when it comes that I have some things under my belt on how to live the lifestyle, but not just live it for myself, transfer those techniques to anyone, whether they're sticks and bricks or van dwelling or car dwelling, whatever way you want to put it. Um, the other items is how many things I buy or the clothing I wear, reducing the amount of dishes or containers that I use, which means that I need to cook, eat, unless it's something that really is important for me, like store. But whatever I prepare, I need to try to consume as consume that day or the next day or something. The other thing is just to try to consume what I buy. And I have been dabbling in, of course, the raw food and eating, fresh fruits and vegetables. But if I have to prepare something that requires cooking, that I want to be able to or a lot of junk or a lot of things to clean. So share them with you or whomever. So that's part of what my journey is. The other experiment, oh, I got a lot of experiments, and I have to do this within like a 4 month period because it's March, April, May, June, July, summer, end of summer, and go into this lifestyle. So the other thing I mentioned to a friend of mine that I was planning to do, and this is definitely going to be a work in progress, and I am going to film every bit of it, and I hope you guys share the information with whoever. So, my studio is fairly large. To me, it's large. I mean, like, a I barely use this apartment. Like, I have the kitchenette, or whatever you want to call it. That's enough room for me to cook and prepare. And then I have the area where I sleep. And then I have all this extra space that's really supposed to be considered living space. And then I have like a huge walk-in closet. And then I have a area where the bathroom is, where there's another bank of shelves for storage. And then I have another huge walk-in closet, and then I have the little area where the toilet and the shower is. Those the basis of I'm going to experiment with living in that space. Now, I'm going to sleep here where I regularly sleep and all of that. But what I'm going to do is convert that walk in closet that's connected to my bathroom because of the size of it into the space of how I want to lay out my van. I haven't found a van yet. I'm still looking, and I'm looking for the size. I don't want one of those huge sprinter style vans, but I would like a van I can stand in. I'm like 5'4", so it shouldn't be hard for me to find like I don't know, they call them I always get this mixed up. A transition van or a camper van, whatever you want to call it. That's the type of van, but I don't want it all blinged out with, that carpety stuff. That's just more work for me to kind of transition. So I'm looking for a van that I can stand in. That's probably 5'6", 5'7", 5'8" high on the interior. And then I don't want it to be as small as like a minivan. I want it to be a little bigger than that. And it has to be V6 or a uh, no engine bigger than the V6, basically. So I am on the hunt. I have been procrastinating. And let me get to the subject of what I wanted to talk about is procrastination. So the biggest thing I've procrastinated about is looking for a van because technically I don't have the funds to buy a van because I'm waiting to sell my car so I can have at least a chunk of money to buy a van. But that should not preclude me from looking for a van and finding the one I want because then I get excited about it, put the energy into it, and the universe, I believe, will grant me what I need. So stop procrastinating about the van. I will find a van. All I have to do is look. The other thing is the things I talked about. The other thing is just as much money as possible, not just for the van, but to find out how much money I can save. So when I do start van dwelling, I can figure out how I will earn income. So I can earn income on some of the work I do no matter where I live, but right now I'm committed to a contract that I have to be local. I can travel around because it's only sporadically done, but at the end, that doesn't last forever. I'll be getting rid of that. So I'm looking at other ways to earn income. I already have things in the works, but I haven't done them because When you're not sort of motivated or forced to do something, you just do the same old, same old. I mean, truth be told. So part of my procrastination is that. The other thing that I procrastinated on is my time management. Like I work a part-time job currently, but I am looking to do some other contracted work. Um, and I just need to put those things in motion so I don't have to depend on the part-time job. So those are some of the things I'm doing, and I am planning to also challenge myself. There's this thing called Veda, and I know some of the YouTubers that I watch have done it, where in April and August you vlog every single day. That might be tricky for me because of the uploading thing. That means I have to go live every day or something. I don't know how that works. I will figure it out. But whether that happens or not, I am going to commit to coordinating my calendar. So I've been procrastinating on that. So find one or two things that you have been procrastinating on, even if it's just one thing, and really put your intention on it and write down how you're not going to procrastinate on that thing again and get yourself started. So, this is my challenge to myself. This is my challenge to you. I want to encourage you to like my video, share it, join me, subscribe, um, and come with me. Walk hand in hand with me on this journey so that we can learn and grow together. So, thank you for watching JW Van Minimal. I'm Jacqueline, and I will see you on the other side.